Hey everybody, welcome to our garage. We're in the middle of cleaning up, and so it is a disaster area here, but we are overdue for a YouTube video. So what are we gonna talk about today?
It's funny. I just want to take you around.
Oh boy. Don't do it, no!
We need to organize our garage so bad. Hello! He doesn't nap anymore, so we have him here with us. But yeah, we came out here to organize our garage, but figured this is more important.
Yes.
I just want to update everybody. And so the changes this week, we have implemented a new diet, and it's going horribly. We basically kicked the sugar, which is super hard. And sugar has been the hardest thing ever to break. Ugh. And I'm going to talk to you guys about how I'm doing it though, too. It's important that you stay away from sugar, obviously, when you're just in life in general, right? But especially when you have cancer. No matter what the doctors say, I do believe sugar feeds the cancer. So we changed our diet. So how's it going for you?
It's going okay. I mean...
First, let's tell them what we did.
Yeah. I mean, so the more we dig into cancer treatment, the more we realize a couple things. Most oncologists aren't interested in anything beyond one-dimensional treatment, and that's terribly discouraging. We talk about diet, exercise, holistic, integrative practices, and it's just like, it's like they kind of glaze over, and that's really hard and frustrating for us. We have great doctors. What's he eating? Our baby's eating something.
A button. It's good.
Okay, all right. Not chokeable size. It's been really discouraging and frustrating that the doctors aren't. It's just very one-dimensional. So we've done a lot of research on that, and you know, our diets haven't been great. And just generally speaking, the U.S. the SAD, the Standard American Diet, the more we learn about that, the more we learn that it's problematic. We don't think that's what caused it for Kristen, but we think that you know, preservatives and all the junk that's in food and the pesticides that end up making it through on the vegetables and all that, like together in you know, it's like death by a thousand cuts. All these small pollutants that are getting into all of our food, and then our products like aluminum and deodorant and all that. So like we've gone down every rabbit hole of diet.
We have.
And products, and we realize there's just so much crap in there. And so like, you know, the doctors have prescribed a one-dimensional path for us, and that's fine, and we're going to take that, and we're doing chemotherapy. But doggone it, we refuse to believe that we cannot move the needle in the other areas of diet, exercise, and all that. And
so we've changed everything. I mean, the only thing I do in the morning now is oatmeal. No sugar, no honey, no maple syrup.
Yeah.
And like huge salads throughout the day, and then protein shakes and juicing.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. And I found for me, what has really, really helped with cutting out sugar is changing the taste. So, and I feel like the thing that moves the needle for me the most whenever I give up sugar is juicing. When I juice vegetables, it's still kind of like a type of sugar with the carrots and everything that I juice, but but it helps me to not crave it as much. And then it's really, really tough at night. And I found that if I just make a protein shake at night, it doesn't keep me up. Steroids keep me up, but that doesn't keep me up, and it curves my cravings at night. And so that's just, I honestly got a bag of Shakeology from a friend. It's delicious. And so I do chocolate, and then I do some chia seeds, a banana, and peanut butter, and boom, my sugar cravings are gone. So it's been a fantastic, like, at night kind of thing.
Yeah.
Another thing we have started to do is I've included the whole family. So, well, not the kids, but the adults. So we have Dina here helping, and it's so nice that she's like, I'm going to do it with you. That's been so incredibly helpful to have her on board, because she not only does it, and I don't have to see all the delicious warm food they're eating, but she's making our salads for us while we're with the kids, you know, and Greg's doing it, and it's just motivating. It's more motivating. Another thing that's really helped us is just to pray. I mean, I've really had a hard week this week with just being depressed. Like, I have no food to look forward to. I have nothing in life to look forward to.
I know a guy. Honey, not on camera. Look at that kid. Hi, buddy.
I know. It's so funny. Okay. Anyway, I want a piece of chocolate. I want Chick-fil-A. I want things to look forward to, and I haven't had it, and it's been really hard. But it's almost like, you know, when you're doing a fast, if you've ever fasted and you just go to God and you just pray for whatever it is. He showed me today when I was just crying out to him just to look around and just be more thankful, just to be thankful for all the things that I do have. Like, so praying through all that anger has been helpful. And just having accountability, even though it also has been making me angry when you're like, put down the chicken nugget and step away.
Step away from the chicken.
I'm just like, ugh.
But I'm doing it with you. So I felt like with the first time we tried this, Kristen was going it alone. And I was like, that's kind of crappy. I should be just doing this with her in solidarity, because it's hard when the rest of us are eating double cheeseburgers with bacon and all kinds of stuff dripping off of it. And she's got a piece of tofu over there. And it's like, oh. Yeah, it's just not cool. That never really happened. I'm just
a little bit. I mean, kind of it did. So
but
it made me very inconsistent in the diet when that was happening.
Yeah. So we're doing this together with her for solidarity, and so yeah.
Let's talk about
so
where
like,
we got our diet plan from.
Yeah. So like, as you begin researching all these alternative paths, there are so many different options, and some of them disagree with one another. Some of them have overlapping things they agree upon that are helpful for cancer, and there's just a lot of information overwhelm. I think I've studied more in the last 2 months than I did in college. That's a different story. But really, number one, being your own advocate in this and going out and finding information. So dear friends of ours sent us access to a course and a book called Chris Beat Cancer early on in this journey, and it's been a godsend. And this is chrisbeatcancer.com. You can go to his website. He's got a lot of blog posts, but essentially his story is he had, and we'll link to this book down below, as well as some others that we're going to share. But essentially he was diagnosed stage 3 colon cancer, and opted out of chemo, and decided to heal his body naturally. And so he went hardcore plant-based diet.
Yep.
And I'll do my best to summarize this book, but essentially what they do, and what we've based at least part of our diet off of, is that they go out and find any vegetables that have shown any anti-cancer type properties, and they flood your system with it. So he calls it the giant cancer eating salad. And the goal is to not only like meet the daily values of these cancer killing nutrients, but to flood your system with them. And so it's all the nasty vegetables, in my opinion.
Yes.
It's
mushrooms.
It's like eating cardboard.
Radishes.
But the goal being like flood your system with these vegetables, these nutrients. And it's fascinating like how many supplements and how many day-to-day things and you know, spices like turmeric, and gosh, we have a whole list of them that show significant and strong anti-cancer properties in laboratories. And so we're just going all in on that, and we're eating all the healthy stuff and flooding her system and my system with it. And you read stories of people who have beat cancer. We're not going to opt out of chemo. I think that is, you know, with an aggressive type of cancer. I think if we had a very slow growing one, like they talk about some of these colon cancers grow over 30 years and stuff like that. Like I think some people have time to really do that and say, hey, I'm going to experiment with just a plant-based, you know, like integrative, you know, non-chemotherapy type approach. We're not going to do that. We're going to couple this together. But the results that lots of people are seeing from these are remarkable, and you can see interviews on Chris Beats Cancer.
Well, with that diet though, he lays it out really simply and gives you like a list of your daily things that you need to do. So it's not this overwhelming, like I need to learn how to cook vegan. So that's been super helpful.
90 days,
that's it. I have an end in sight.
But it's 90 days of the same food. It's heavy on the juice. It's heavy on carrots. 5 pounds of carrots a day. Carrots show crazy anti-cancer properties. And there's people who just fight cancer with carrots. I know that sounds crazy.
I'm going to get our carrots.
Yeah, get your carrots. Oh yeah, we get a 25-pound bag of carrots from Publix. It takes like a baggage cart and a bunch of other stuff to get them out. That's our 25-pound carrot bag.
Vaneka, step off my carrots.
Yeah, our friend Vaneka, she's buying the 25-pound bag of carrots at Publix too in our neighborhood. Carrots are hugely powerful in fighting cancer and stuff. And so the first 90 days, it's 2 giant cancer-eating salads, 1 juice, like 80 ounces. A lot of that's carrots, but you know, they have you eat garlic, raw, ginger, lemon. There's a neighbor walking by.
Cut that part out.
Yeah. And like, what's the other ones? Cucumbers, lemons, apples, and all that. So heavy on the juicing. So Chris beat cancer. It's really compelling, and doggone it, like this is the second dimension of the way we're fighting. So chemo.
And he has a course, and it's great.
Yep.
And then here is another thing. We met the author in West Palm Beach. Super informative, and basically supplements. She goes into what supplements work to beat cancer and why, even on a cellular level, and she breaks it down, and then you get like all mushy in your head. But you know what? I'm just throwing everything at it. So I made a list of supplements, and I can share that. I guess I could share that down below too.
Well, off-label drugs too is what she talks about. So like drugs that have nothing to do with cancer that have like anti-cancer properties. I don't know if we can say it. Somebody said we're not allowed to say the drug name, or like, I don't know YouTube's rules, but we could get canceled.
YouTube, I dare you.
But off-label drugs, so drugs that cost
metformin, statins.
It's nice knowing you guys. But drugs that are 30 cents a pill versus
ivermectin.
Yeah, versus chemotherapy drugs that cost $5,000, $10,000 a dose. And so like, you know, I don't think it's a stretch to say that like the money's not in prevention and in the cure. Let me just say that. It's in the treatment. And I think there's some shady stuff that goes on the top levels. I'm not talking about the doctors, I'm talking about above them. But more and more people are identifying off-label drugs, which means not used for the specific application we're talking about, cancer.
Right. Metformin is normally used for diabetes.
Yeah, and statins.
But it drops your glucose level, and what feeds cancer, right? So it's very interesting. Another book that I've been loving is this one. So thank you to all the people who sent us these books. I'm just now kind of slowly getting to them one at a time. I haven't finished this one, but the doctors that she brings up have great information. With this, she has some great information on doctors who have been known to cure cancers in other ways, or have made some discoveries that maybe aren't necessarily jiving with the FDA, but still are worth looking into. Isn't that right, baby?
You gonna eat that book, kid?
Anyway, thank you for listening. Hair update, it's thinning. Here, I'm gonna show you. No bald spots yet, but I had a major meltdown this morning because I was trying to get ready for church, and fixing my hair, it ended up all over my shirt. I had to completely change, anyway. Here's what's so sweet that came out of that.
You're still beautiful.
Here's what's so wonderful about it is that I cried, and I thought I was making everybody late for church, and they were being very gracious with me. And I came to the door, in my bedroom door, and I said, I'll be ready in 5, but I was still crying because of the hair loss. And Levi, my 4-year-old, he was just 3, turned 4, he came to the door, he's like, Mommy, why are you crying? And I said, because I'm losing my hair, and I'm sad. And then he went and he picked me a flower that was like a weed that was like not small, and he brought it to me. And then at church, he told everybody at church that Mommy was crying because she's losing her hair. But he told me I'm still beautiful. And to come from a 4-year-old, did you tell him to say that?
No.
Okay, we'll see. But anyway, I just thought that's so special to my heart, and to be thankful for those little moments instead of all the things that overwhelm me in a day. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, check out these 3 books. So chrisbeatcancer.com, How to Starve Cancer, Jane McClelland. I'll link these below. And then you like this one too, right? Suzanne Summers, everybody knows her.
I haven't finished, but it's good.
I'll link them below in the comments, but don't fight this one-dimensionally. There's so much out there beyond just traditional treatment and stuff that is complementary to what you're doing. So fight this battle on all fronts. It takes the odds from, whatever they're set at, and you can move the needle significantly above that. And we can beat this together.